Jó reggelt kívánok, hogy vagy, jó? Start of another day. hmm. Boy, that's good. You know, it happened again. Happened in that yesterday I did a pretty cool video jumping, base jumping off of the bridge in Twin Falls. And, I would think that a lot of people would be interested in watching that. But more than double the amount of people were more interested in what the hell I had to say than than watching people jump off of a 400-foot bridge with a parachute on their back. I mean, it just baffles me. It just absolutely baffles me as to why so many people are interested in what the hell's on my mind. But and there's no shortage of things on my mind. I was talking with Skip yesterday. Skip is in Skip Smith, the the well, I'm not gonna. Anyway, I was talking with Skip Smith yesterday. There's a song. If you want to know what I was thinking about, there's a song. I think it's called "The Village Idiot" or something like that. It is. I think it's called "The Village Idiot." And Skip and I were talking yesterday about the challenge. I mean, Skip said that he was he said he was a little bit tired. He didn't get to bed till 3 in the morning, 3 or 4 in the morning the night before. And I said, "What the hell?" I said, "What were you doing? At 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning?" He said, "Oh, I was doing a video." I said, "Doing a video? What were you doing a video of?" And he said, "Well," he said, "they're putting in a new, you're going to have to excuse me, please." He said, "They're putting in a new bridge for the golf cars going across some interstate, and they're installing it at 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's the latest news in the villages. We interrupt this program to bring you this specially, this breaking news story. They're putting a bridge they're putting a bridge for golf cars to go over a highway." and Skip had to get it on YouTube as quick as he could, because there's a lot of competition in the villages now. Skip's got a lot of competition, and and he'll be damned if somebody else is going to upload a video of somebody of them putting in a bridge before he gets before he gets that bridge up. But hmm, not that I haven't done crazy things over my lifetime, but anyway, so as the conversation evolved with Skip, I said, "Skip, are you compelled that you've got to do a video every day? Is it is it something that's really important to you that you gotta do a video?" I keep looking at this light behind me. You see? Maybe that's better. So I say, is it that important to you that you got to do a video every day? You feel, like you're. He said, "Well, I feel obligated." And I said, "Skip, I think the word is committed, not obligated, you know." But anyway, as the conversation evolved, he went on to say that, at some point in time, you run out of things to talk about. You run, you run out of things to talk about. Skip says, "You ever have that problem, Tom?" I said, "No, Skip, I don't. I don't have that problem, because I just talk about whatever the hell's on my mind. And there's always something on my mind. So it's not like I have a problem with thinking of things to talk about." I said, you on the other hand, all you ever talk about is the villages. So I would see how you could have a hard time, or, thinking of creative things to talk about with, when you only do videos on one particular particular topic. But that being said, you've got to give credit where credit is due, and I mean this with all the sincerity in my heart. Skip started doing videos. Oh, I don't know, a couple years ago, I think. That's good. Skip started doing videos not too long ago, and for a guy, for a gentleman his age, and yes, I use the word gentleman. For a gentleman his age to have to have achieved what he's achieved and to do what he does, with all the editing and the splicing and the all that different kind of stuff, the Patreon page and all that type of stuff. I give credit to him. Skipper, if you're watching this video, I give credit to you. I mean, I'm impressed by a lot of what you've done. But maybe you could start doing videos. Maybe Skip could start doing videos rather of I don't know, morning thought videos, like what the hell's on his mind. But I don't know that we'd want to know what the hell is on Skip's mind. Oh, I can't wait till this cold or whatever it is. I don't think it's allergies, but every time I fly, it always happens, and it just drives me crazy with the the cold or the allergy or what have you. But anyway, what else is on my mind today? I did something yesterday that I haven't done in a long, long, long time. Really, I did something yesterday that I haven't done in a long time, and what that was is I bought myself a flannel shirt. You see, I bought myself a original weatherproof vintage since 1948, a royal plaid. You see, I got myself royal plaid because I'm going to New England and I'm not messing around. You see, I want to look like a lumberjack. I'm going to be up in Minnesota. I'm going to be up in Minnesota and all those places, and I want to fit in. I don't want to. I don't. I don't want to look like a tourist from Florida. I want to fit in. So I got myself a nice flannel shirt. And that's not all. I went crazy yesterday when I went shopping. I picked myself up a nice set. I picked myself up. Now, it seems like I'm doing these endorsements. I picked myself up a nice queen flannel sheet set. You see? So I've got a really nice queen flannel sheet set that'll it'll match my flannel shirt. But anyway, so I got the flannel sheets, and I got to tell you, last night I slept like a baby, if that's how the expression goes. Being back here in the camper. I should probably tell you where I'm at. I got delayed a little bit in Twin Falls doing the whole video thing with the base jumping and everything, and then I made a wrong turn somewhere along the line between Twin Falls and Idaho Falls, where I'm at now. I made a wrong turn and I ended up going through all these gravel back roads for about 30 minutes. So long story short, I didn't get to Idaho Falls till about 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that. And I have a client here, and my client, he owns a rather big business, automotive related business, and he also owns a transmission repair shop. And you can see the website. I think it's westerntransmission.com is the website that I do for him, westerntransmission.com. But anyway, so I didn't pull into Idaho Falls till about 5 o'clock, and Jimmy, the owner of the business, I met I met him and his wife for a drink at his restaurant. He owns a restaurant, and it's an Irish pub, a beautiful, beautiful Irish pub. So Harry and Amy, I'm sure you'd like to know that. But I met them for a drink, and I needed a place to stay. I decided that I wasn't going to push myself. I'm not going to push myself, on the rest of this trip. And whereas I woke up yesterday thinking I was going to end up boondocking somewhere in the forest, about an hour outside of Idaho Falls going to Jackson, I found myself a nice little city park right on the Snake River, and for $15 a night, I was able to park my camper and have a safe and a quiet place to sleep. It's called South Tourist Park, if you were interested in looking it up. But anyway, but I slept just like a baby. I really did. I slept just like a baby. And I got here and I spent the better part of the time just getting my camper all set up. And I got to tell you that it would be nice to have a big RV. It'd be nice to have one of those big RVs and be pulling a little car behind it or something like that, or a big motorhome or something. But at the end of the day, this little camper or something like this is all I need. It's got a very, very comfortable bed. It's got a nice kitchen sink and a stove. It's got a refrigerator that doesn't work, and it has a shower and of course a toilet, and it's got a nice table to do my work. So it's comfortable, and I didn't break the bank. I didn't break the bank buying it, and as long as I take care of it, then it shouldn't be excuse me, it shouldn't be a problem keeping this. You see, if I had kids, it'd be a whole different story. This thing would be a piece of crap by now. If I had kids, they would have torn it up. Little kids would have torn it up. And then if they were older kids, if I bought it and I had older kids like teenagers or something like that, then definitely, they would have partied in it, and there'd be cigarette burns on the cushions and, all that kind of stuff, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, no, it's just it's basically what I need. Before I forget, back to the YouTube thing and Skipper and what have you. Um, I was watching the news last night before going to sleep, and they did a segment on this summer camp for children on how to be a YouTube star. And did you know something that the number one thing that little kids say that they want to be when they grow up is a YouTube star? That's what they want to be, you know? So little kids going all around the world, or little kids all around the world right now, are going and waking up and thinking they want to be just like Tom, a YouTube star, a legend in his own mind. But no, I'm not a YouTube star. And matter of fact, I'm nothing more special than anybody else. And that's one of life's valuable lessons that I learned somewhere along the way. That that at the end of the day, I'm no more special and no more different than anybody else walking the face of this earth. And the quicker you come to realize that in life, that at the end of the day, you're no more special than anybody else. I think the better you'll get along in life, so to speak. It's the other thing I think about is all these things that I do, all these places that I go. all that type of stuff. When I die, I'll just be a blip. I'll just be a blip in the overall scheme of things. 50 years from now, 100 years from now, 300 years from now, people aren't going to look back and say, boy, that Tom Hall, he really traveled the world. He really, he really got out and see. No, they won't. They won't do that. And for 99.9% of the people, for 99.9% of the people that walk the face of this earth, it's pretty much the same thing. You're just when you die, you're with some exception, you're forgotten. Of course, you have your immediate family and what have you that that remember you for a while, but after some time, you're just you're a footnote. You're a footnote in the history. You're a footnote in the history of time, so to speak. But anyway, not too much else on my mind. I got it. But there is something that my subscribers. I sometimes I accidentally interchange the word subscriber and follower, and I'll do that sometimes without even thinking, and it's just a play on words. When you use the word follower, I guess that has a whole nother connotation or something like that. But anyway, oh, what the hell was I going to think? Oh, so through these videos, I develop, albeit virtual, I develop virtual relationships with a lot of you. The majority of you I'll never meet them over the course of my life, but there are some that I do ultimately meet, like Skip and Sue and what have you, and develop relationships and what have you, and yesterday there was a back and forth exchange between Daryl and I, and Oksana, I think is the proper pronunciation, Oksana. And Daryl, I don't know, if you got up on the wrong side of the bed yesterday or what. I just don't get it. But Daryl was saying something. Daryl has been playing matchmaker all along with Oksana and I, and implying that if her and I have the opportunity to sit down and have a coffee together, that it's necessarily going to have some romantic, there'll be some romantic intentions or whatever. And it's just like, oftentimes I don't get it. I don't get it why people always tend to have sex on the brain. The fact that I'm going to meet somebody and sit down and have a cup of coffee means just that. I'm going to meet somebody and sit down and have a cup of coffee. It doesn't mean anything more or less than that. And for Daryl, for you, if you're watching this video, for you to imply or for you to assume or presume that there's something more to it than just two people getting together and sharing a cup of coffee and a hello. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And anyway, and what else was there was another person that made a comment that why can't I just admit that I am I think the phrase was afraid to commit. I'm afraid to commit. Why can't I just admit it? And okay, I admit it. I'm afraid to commit. It frightens the hell out of me. I mean, commitment, oh my God, that's such a big word. And I admit it. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to commit. I mean, forget the fact that he put a ring on a finger, put a ring on a woman's finger, not once, but twice in the course of my lifetime. But I'm afraid to commit. And no, in all seriousness about committing, um, you know, I've said this before in my videos that I've got traveling around. It's a as I travel around and what have you, it's nice. It's nice to have the freedom to be able to just pick up and travel. And I just not have not met a woman that has that ability. It's as simple as that. I'm not. I mean, if you look back over the last 2 years or whatever of all the places that I've been through the Christmas markets and all the traveling and everything that I've done, if I were in a relationship with somebody that couldn't travel, uh, you think they're going to let me go off and travel to the extent that I travel? That's not going to happen. And the last thing I want to do is find myself, situated in a relationship, wishing that I was somewhere out there, traveling around. But hmm, if it turns out, that I meet somebody that has the same, if it turns out that I meet somebody that has the same flexibility and same capability to travel as I do, then that's it. That's what I'll do. I'll settle down. I'll commit. But until that time, I'm not going to give this up. Hmm. Until I can't travel anymore for whatever reason, financial or health or whatever, I'm not going to give this up. So if you want to say that I can't commit, that's fine. Go ahead and say it. I don't care. Anyway, so over the next couple days, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a little bit, I don't know if it's daring or not, but I was sitting there with my client yesterday talking about my travel plans. And he was showing me, he pulled up the map of Teton National Park in Jackson. And he said, you really want to go off the grid. Off the grid means like off the grid, like you're out there, you're out there in the wilderness. He said, if you really want to go off the grid, he said, you see, this is the main road that goes from Jackson up to Grand Teton to Yellowstone. I said, yeah, I see that. And he said, see this tiny little road? See that tiny little road? And I said, yeah. He said, take a right. Go down that road. He said, go down that road. It goes forever. And there are some really, really cool places back there that is just so, it's so remote. And I said, are there bears back there? And he said, yeah, there might be some bears. There might be some bears back there, you know. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work today for a little while, and then after I'm done working, I'm going to get in the in the camper. I'm going to get in the truck, and I'm going to do the 2 hour drive to Jackson. Maybe have lunch there, and then I'm going out into the wilderness. I'm going out into the wilderness. It's going to be, what's that movie about the guy that went up to Alaska? It was a rather good a movie, true story, but they ended up finding him in his van or something like that. But but anyway, so I don't know if I'll be doing a broadcast tomorrow because I'm going to be. I can't imagine that I'd have cell phone service, where I'm going. But and I don't think there'll be anybody. There's not going to be anybody around. But anyway, so that's pretty much what I'm doing. What is the comments? I don't think that you're a typical male. You have more depth than a lot of men. Into the Wild. That's the name. Into the Wild. Watch that movie called Into the Wild, and you'll see. And you know, before I forget, I think it was Harry. It was Harry or somebody that asked me if I would do that base jumping. And I'm going to put a video. I'm going to put a video down, a link to a video down in the comments here on this video, to a time when I went parasailing in the Italian Alps with a wonderful man named Ruben, and my girlfriend at the time, the Chilean princess Lorena. And I'm going to put a video up there to when we went parasailing. So yeah, I didn't jump off a bridge, but I jumped off a mountain in the Italian Alps, and what an experience! What an experience that was. But anyway, if I survive the next couple days in the wilderness, I'm headed to a real cowboy town. It's a real cowboy town in Wyoming, and I think Billy the Kid, they have a saloon there where Billy the Kid used to go in, and I'm gonna go and check out this cowboy town. But anyway, so that's about it, folks. I think that in closing, there are nutcases everywhere. Yes, there are nutcases everywhere. You know, the other thing I was going to say, and I don't know about, nutcases. I don't necessarily like to call people. I do call people. I'll call people a dumbass, or I'll call people a fool or a moron, or, whatever it is. And generally speaking, I don't like to call people names, and I don't like to be too judgmental. But last night I was watching these videos, and there were these people who do these videos about living in their car. Living in their car. Well, this is how I live in my car, and this is how I get ready for bed. And this is, I'm thinking to myself, my Lord Jesus Christ, what the hell are they thinking? Sleeping in my car. This is the adventures of Sue sleeping in her car, and what have you, and it's just it's a crazy world. I guess the Chinese proverb, may you live in interesting times, has never been truer. But anyway, with that being said, let me show you where I am actually staying. I can turn the camera around. See if I do a little walk and talk a night. Before I forget, let me show you this. I bought myself one of these. You see, I got a dash cam, and I guess this thing swivels. It swivels 360 degrees, and it's remote controlled and all this kind of, stuff. You see, seamless loop recording, 120 degree viewing angle, 360 degree rotation, all this kind of stuff. So I'm going to mount this. In my truck for when I'm going through the rest of the trip. And hi everybody. I can't believe I caught a live. Bebop, you're on. You are the mystery woman. You're the mystery woman. Okay. You and Oksana. Okay, so here is this this is where I'm staying. And you can see the camper. You see the camper got all dusty from that little off-road excursion that I did yesterday. But for 15 bucks a night, you can't beat this. It's a nice little park.
And there's some people down there. They were sturgeon fishing last night. But here's my campsite. Looks like a real nice rig. It is nice. It is nice. But anyway, I gotta get it. I gotta get it washed. Is what I need to do. I just need to get that washed. But here is the Snake River. You see, people come and load their boat and what have you right into the river. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? Sounds like a train or something or coming along. But that's it, folks. I gotta go and get on with my day and let you all get on with your day. So, anyway, hopefully I'll make it out of the the forest. Great find for 15 bucks. Yeah, it is. I used an app to find this called RV Parky. There's an app called RV, I think it's RV Parky or something like that. And I found myself an app, and this is the park that I found. You know, the best deals that you're gonna find are like the National Forest. That's where I'm sleeping tonight. I'm sleeping in the National Forest. You see, $15 a day. I'm sleeping in the National Forest tonight. It's an elk reserve. I'm gonna sleep in an elk reserve, and you know where there's elk, there's got to be deer or bear. You know, so I don't know that a bear can come and break into my camper or not. I don't think so. You know, I don't think a bear can break into my camper, but we will see. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. All right, take good care.